Hello, everyone. Good evening, or good morning, or good day, whenever you might be watching this. Today is January 1st, and it's getting late here tonight. But I really felt I've been doing a lot of videos recently, but I've also had a lot of time to myself in meditation, contemplation. Um, Hello, and yeah, so I decided that I was gonna first of all talk a little bit about briefly about the Akashic record, because last time I did a Akashic Tarot, and I didn't really know much about it. And actually, it has a really great introduction here. That Happy New Year, and yeah, just about the importance of kind of connecting to that. It relates to the consciousness that we're all part of. The collective consciousness, or the memory bank of humanity that we're all part of. And I was just drawn to this tarot because I saw it, and I was really attracted to the art, and kind of it reminded me of like Atlantis or Lemuria or that kind of thing. So I didn't really know much about it, but I did pick a card out that came out, and I'm going to read that one after, because it really, I think it's gonna, I haven't read it yet, but obviously the information is always there. And these cards are a great way to tap into that. And I don't do full spreads because a lot of people are doing that online. If you want to connect to certain people, maybe I'll do that a bit later in the new year. I'm still learning a lot. But it's just about tapping into that intuitive place. And tonight, just the Akasha, what they talk about is in Sanskrit, which is what the yogis and all that use. Sanskrit is, they call it sky, space, or ethers, the vast expanse of memory, of time, of humanity. So we're all informing this memory bank through our experiences. There's a theory that says that that source, that this whole creation of what we are, humanity, in this third dimension and duality and all of this experience, is source wanting to know itself and wanting to know um, itself through us, through our eyes and through our lens and through our perception. So all of our lives and experiences are kind of recorded on this in this Akashic field. And so, yeah, it's like a type of permanent record for humanity. So this woman who, her name is Sandra Ann Taylor, she has a book about it. If you want to go deeper into that, I haven't read it, but so yeah, tonight what I'd really like to get into is the power of prayer also, because for years I've been following Greg Braden's work, which some of you might know, and recently I took a online training in the heart math coherence, which is all about the coherence of the heart and the frequencies, and how we're all connected to this in like a magnetic field on the planet, and that this is like scientifically being recorded right now, and more and more is going into this field of awareness of how powerful our hearts are. So, and I really, really believe that this is a key that is going to get us through these times and in the next few years, as we're tapping and resonating into that. So I just wanted to do a meditation, and also to go into the imagination, because I think for me, they seem to go together, where when we are imagining the world that we want through prayer, through our hearts, we're sending out a magnetic frequency that is the communication that spreads out into the universe and allows us to then be better guided. And so I think this is really exciting to be tapping into all this, and it's been working for me. There's been a lot manifesting this past year. There's been a lot of release. Like, this has been a year of like I've talked about before, and I'm sure a lot of you are aware of that. That this is a year of like extreme release of like just not being able to take that with us in the fifth dimension, right? Some of you that are following Aluna Ash and the links that I posted in my other video, is just about this incredible ascending time that we're in. And I thought, do I do another video? Maybe I'm talking too much, but if I'm inspired, and maybe that prayer that we're going to be doing tonight will be, 30 minutes of meditation a day. I think I just saw something by Bridget Nielsen, who is a starseed that some of you might be following as well. She just posted, maybe I'll link it underneath. I actually just started I just hooked into that today. Yeah, cool. We're following the same streams of information, which is really cool. I like, just connecting with more and more together here. It's fun. It's just now we're like coming out of our spiritual closets or bubbles, or it's just it feels safe to do that, and there's a lot of us that are connecting this way, and it's very empowering. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to do this, and that I found the strength or courage to do that. So that's what's happening. We're gonna do a prayer together. So maybe I'll just in a little while. I mean, even if there's just 2 or 3 or 4 of us or 5 of us, it doesn't. We're amplifying the energies, and who knows, maybe that's the tipping point that we need at this point. So it's like, well, if I'm feeling guided to do it, let's do it. And thank you. Infinite love to you too. Yeah, I feel really excited. Like, I feel really fluttery, and luckily I've had lots of time to myself today. I had great music on. There was a lot of sun, and I'm feeling this like renewed energy to start this year fresh, and to empower ourselves to align with what our destiny is, and to get the tools to do that. And I just feel that the power of prayer through our hearts is really the power that we have, and that we're going to use tonight. I saw today also, when I went to the it was today, the natural food store. There was a poster of John Lennon there, and it said "Imagine," and that really, like, John Lennon has always had a strong presence throughout my life. He actually died on the same day my grandfather died, which was December 8th, 1980. He was 40 years old, and again, a light, a bright shining light. Martin Luther King, all these like people that were talking about oneness and brotherhood and sisterhood, and then they get eliminated. So, but those days are over now, because there's just too many of us, and it's like it really is the dawning of a new age, where we're not going to be taking that crap anymore, and it's just going to fall apart anyways. It's just with the new frequencies and the higher vibrations of love, and as we connect to that, we're just like blowing all that stuff out of the way. So something about the event coming soon. Yeah, that's that I've been following that too. But I think I'm feeling the event is within us. So it's that transformation where and then as we all like start to light up that way and transform, then we're really tapping into that power, and that's where the shift happens. Or maybe it's been happening gradually too. And like I'm saying, like, maybe the tipping point is when we start to unite like this, and empower each other through that heart connection, that we know that we're all one, but we're also unique. The unity and diversity. I think that it's not about one or the other. It's about shining your own light and being your unique self. And as we do that, we empower each other, and we love the diversity of all the species here, of all the different colors and races. And we're so beyond all of that now. We're all mixed of we all know there's no, so it's just so weird to still hear that, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, anyways, now we're not gonna we all have experienced differently. Exactly. There's no judgment. It's just we just have to align with whatever resonates as our truth, and share that. And I feel more and more empowered to do that. And maybe because the light's coming back, after that solstice. Now we're in that resurrection phase of our and also astrologically, it's just really, really kind of auspicious times right now. And so imagine all the people um, living as one. And yeah, just that song, it's just that song's been playing in my mind since I was a child. And it's just powerful, powerful messages. If we can imagine that world, we can create it. So really the power is in our imagination. Um, and thankfully I grew up with a large dose of that. And being a child that had a lot of nature around me, and there's just always magical moments. And I lived in a magical world. But then you had to grow up, right? So here we are, all grown up. But not really. None of us really grow up, completely. I mean, I'm in my mid 40s and I have three beautiful daughters. And and I'm probably more of a kid than than they are a lot of the times. But anyways, um, so yeah, I am going to post underneath Greg Braden's work and the Heart Math Institute. I just became a mentor. Because I really believe that's how we're going to change the world, is through our heart coherence. And there's just so much science that is linked to that as well, which my brain's really happy about, because it's like, yeah, this is not just all feeling, and it's like it's rational and it's feeling. And so we're like bridging the intuition, which is our heart, with the mind. And so that's also the male female merge, which happens on many levels inside of us. And when we empower that within us, then we become creators. We don't need someone outside of us, and we feel a sense of more and more completeness within us. And that's a very powerful place to be. So I don't know. Yeah, some of you might be feeling some of the energies right now. I know I am. I have a lot of tingling on my head, and just this like kundalini, like just, but a nice flow of kundalini, like just flowing up the spine and down, and spreading, in my body, but nothing, but I think some people that have not been preparing for these times are definitely feeling the pain, or the blockages, or the stuff that's like, so this is all happening right now. And thankfully there's a lot of teachers and tools and all that stuff out there for people seeking. And I guess that's what we're doing here, is just putting it out there. I mentioned I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher. I practiced it for almost 9 years, I guess now. And it's really helped me release a lot. I'm not as rigid as I used to be with the whole thing. It just, that was my daily practice, and was very intense, but it also allowed me to release. Sometimes the body releases, and you don't even know exactly why, but it's just, that's part of the healing process. So yeah, we're taking our power back as women, as wise beings that have different experiences. And that's how we're going to empower ourselves, through the power of our hearts, linking up with consciousness and prayer. So that's what we're going to do. I'm already at 13 minutes. I just wanted to do a little prayer, actually, just not take up too much time. But I also want to just quickly read this card, which is going to inform a little bit. Should I read it now or after? I'll read it now. It's in my hand right now. This is the card called the Queen of Forces. Woo! Cool. She's got the sun and the moon, and there's the rainbow, and she's coming out of the water. And yeah, I think that's a beautiful card. These are still new for me, so I'm still discovering it. So this is I hadn't seen this one. So this is upright. It came up straight up like that. And this card shows a woman balancing the energies of a sun in one hand and a moon in the other, with a river flowing beneath her feet. The Queen of Forces represents a woman who can help to bring greater balance to your life. She brings an unusual combination of power and peace, creativity and receptivity in both her energy and her support. Sometimes this card can represent a person in your life coming into a phase of great power and ability to sustain it with wonderful results. There is a gift of grace and serene understanding when this card is upright. It also brings new roles and opportunities. Careers in many of the sciences, global communication, nature, and energy may now be available to you. The Queen of Forces could also indicate the appearance of a possible love interest or an associate in business or a creative project that has powerful influence and connections for you or for others. It may be someone you know or somebody new, but when this card appears, there is a tender yet powerful support. During this time, choose to support yourself as well. You hold the forces of the sun and the moon, which is creativity and receptivity, and only you can direct the energy of your eternal life. So beautiful, very powerful. And the Akashic force here is feel the Queen of Forces. She offers all sorts of support and energy. Who is she in your life? Now take a deep breath and tap the inner part of you that rules the forces of the world. Ooh, well, that's what we're doing. The forces of the world, I think, are love and interconnection. And yesterday I did a prayer online with others with Kaya Ra. I'm going to post that underneath for also for bringing in the new year. And she is the one that wrote the Sophia Code, which really brought in a lot of my empowerment, and is the ascended masters and that are feminine. So there's Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary and Green Tara and White Buffalo Woman and just all of these incredibly empowered ascended masters, basically, that also have embodied humans and know what it's like, and then transcended and ascended beyond that. So I think those are interesting connections to make in these times. So yeah. So for the power of our, I have my crystal here that is a rose quartz crystal. It's so rose quartz is the heart, linked to the heart chakra. And aloha, sweetie. Hi. So this is cool. This is really fun to do when others are coming online. Yeah, it's not as awkward to be like looking at a screen by yourself. There's interaction, which is really nice. So yeah, and there's quite a few of us. So let's get together. And if you don't need to have a crystal, but to me, it's like an amplification of my heart, so that I can radiate even stronger. And also, I brought this crystal to different empowering ceremonies, and so it's really charged with a lot of intention. And so it's like programmed, right? That's what we do with crystals. So this is my special rose quartz crystal. So I'm going to put it on my heart. And if you don't, you can just put your hands on your heart. And we're going to take 3 breaths together. So just close your eyes. And we're going to take a long, deep breath through your nose. And then release through your mouth. And as you do that, you can hear the sound like ah. And we're going to do that sound after, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to do 2 more breaths. So one more breath. And now we're going to do the sound ah. the sound ah, as you're going to notice, has a frequency that vibrates in your heart. And as you're doing that, just that sound ah, it's going to vibrate in your heart. This is called toning. This is I learned a lot about this through different workshops over the years. So doing that sound ah is connecting that vibration into your heart. So as you breathe into your heart and as you vibrate into your heart, you're kind of you're sending the message that I'm tuning into this place now, this sacred space. And I'm empowering that space to be able to listen and then to send my prayer out. So when we set our intention and we mean it and we really connect to that, it has a lot of power. So, and now we're together doing this. So, this is empowering all of us. So, we're going to do that sound. Ah, I'm going to do that. And just feel the frequency and feel your heart. And you can also thank your heart for all of the wonderful work that it does as an organ. But even beyond that, that's the whole thing with sun heart harmony, is that light within our heart that harmonizes our whole body and then harmonizes our space around us and then can just like reverberate out into the world. So let's do that. So So what I'm gonna do is just make a prayer for. I'm going to imagine the world that my heart desires, the better world our hearts know is possible, as Charles Eisenstein talks about. Um, we know that that place is possible, and the more we understand our power and our creative abilities, we can create that world. So I imagine pure crystalline water flowing on Gaia, and everybody having access to that for free. I imagine children running in a field, and there's lots and lots of flowers and bees and butterflies, and it's so healthy, and they're happy and they're laughing and tumbling and really being part of their environment, of nature, enjoying all of life surrounding them. Happy, healthy children, water, a healthy planet, access to all the resources for available for people to thrive and have good lives and respect each other. Knowing that when you hurt someone, you're hurting yourself. It's just these are the universal laws. And so there's a lot more harmony and higher frequencies of existence. And a lot of the housing and the materials, all the materials are natural. They're biodegradable. These are closed loop cycles where there's no garbage, it's just everything gets reused, and it's just natural to use these materials wisely and to always think of as our native ancestors knew, to 7 generations. You need to think about that. And I'm speaking for myself as well to improve this year. Many, many things that are more ecologically aligned, divinely aligned. I think they go together. When we love ourselves, we love our planet, and we love all the beings on it, and we enjoy diversity. And we're here to enjoy all of it and to leave that for future generations. So that's the prayer that I'm visualizing in my imagination. Imagine a nation of people that have transcended boundaries, or I mean more like borders, and as we're seeing walls being put up and all that, like let's not participate in that world. Let's participate in the one of the higher dimensions, and the one where we're heading. We can choose that now, right now, and then align our lives and our lifestyles to follow with that. I'd like to thank all the ancestors that came before, and thank us for being here together and for imagining what's possible and for stepping into that future timeline right now. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me on this prayer meditation collective that we just created. Um, yeah, let's do this. We're doing it already. So congratulations to all of us for making it here. And now we can celebrate and align more and more with our true essence and shine that to the world. So, thank you, everyone. Namaste. See you soon. Bye.